Here we go. Good morning. Welcome to Mindful Monday, a wonderful program with Andrea from Thrive Reiki. This is a program as part of our wellness series here at the Yonkers Public Library. The intention for this program is to give you the tools in order to deal with anything that comes your way in your day-to-day living and just empower you and make you feel good. And we're very grateful to Yonkers Public Library for funding this program. We're grateful to Andrea for leading us and guiding us in this journey of self-discovery and wellness. And we're grateful to every single one of you who comes on and joins in and forms our wellness community, because community is very important during times like this. And I heard Andrea say it's week 16, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow, sweet 16. Here we go, Andrea. Lead us away.
Good. Okay. So as we get started this morning, I thought we would start with a little body scan. And if you haven't done so already, make yourselves comfortable. And just taking a moment to check in with yourselves and notice how you're feeling. Maybe if you like, also set the intention for today's practice. Maybe your personal practice, to practice here together as a community or as a group. Maybe the intention for your day or for your week or for a larger cause, whatever comes to mind. So sometimes it also helps us to write them down so we can refer back to them, because it's very easy to get distracted by life. And they're a little bit also helping us to stay on the path of what we like to experience. It is true that we cannot control anything that is happening to us, but what we can control is how we respond to it. And maybe your intention helps you to go back to where you want to be. And now let's bring your attention to your right foot. And just notice how your right foot is feeling. If you can feel the floor underneath, or if you're lying down, if you can feel the fabric or the support in any other way through your heel maybe. And just notice if you can feel the air move on your skin. And if you like, you can take the time to say hello to every single toe. And if you have done so, maybe you would like to squeeze that right foot. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and then let go. Now let's bring your attention to your left foot. Feeling the connection to the ground, to the surface that it's touching. Maybe feeling the air move on your skin, on your ankle. Taking a moment to say hello to every single toe here too. And when you're done, squeeze it. Squeeze your left foot. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. And then let go. To squeeze your cows, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. Now hold them, hold them, hold the squeeze, and now release, let go. Let us now move up to our knees and just feel the knees. Maybe you can feel the fabric of your clothing. Maybe you can feel the air move. And then just, you can squeeze your knees, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, hold them, hold them, hold them, and now let go to release. Now bringing your attention to your thighs, the way they are supporting you. And just feel the weight of your body as you're seated, or maybe acknowledge the fabric of your clothing, the texture of your clothing on your skin. And if you're wearing shorts, maybe you can feel the air move there as well on your skin. And then take a moment to squeeze your thighs. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. Hold, hold, hold. And now let go to release. Now let's bring our attention to our rear end. How it is supporting us too. Just take a moment to squeeze, 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 and hold, 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 and then release to let go. And now let us make a fist. And tighten that fist. Tighten that fist. Tighten it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And then open it up to release and let go. And just feel how the blood is flowing and how more vibrant it instantly feels. And just check in with your shoulders. Are they glued to your neck? Are they up at your ears? And let's see if you can adjust them in a way that they're hanging loosely on your rib cage, just like a coat on a coat rack. And then if you want, let's bring them up to our ears and just hold, 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 and then let's drop them to release and let go. And because it's an area we hold so much tension, let's repeat this one more time, bringing our shoulders up to our ears and then just hold them there, and then drop them to release. Now let's bring the attention to the shoulder blades. Let's squeeze them together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold them, hold them, hold them, and then let them go to release. But you may have noticed as you squeezed your shoulder blades how you created more space in your chest. And maybe you would like to experiment and see how can you keep that opening in the chest without squeezing your shoulder blades together. How can you arrange yourself just a little bit to make this comfortable? Now just feel how the blood flow and the oxygen flow is flowing differently in your body. You may feel a little bit more vibrant. You may feel a little bit more alive. And if not, that's quite okay too. Just in that space, if you like, you can join me in closing your eyes to tune inwards more and to give you another focus point. Or if not, you can keep your eyes open about 3 feet in front of you where you have a gaze point. And just take a moment where your breath is traveling right now. Just follow it with your mind. Bring your awareness to the different body parts that are rising and falling. And just noticing, where does your inhale travel? And is your exhale longer than the inhale, shorter than the inhale, or about the same length? Just observe. Now let's breathe a little bit more deeply. Your hands can rest either on your lap, on your knees, palms facing upwards or downwards, whatever is more comfortable for you. But just pay attention that you don't use a lot of muscular strength to keep your shoulders in place. And then follow the breath, how it's coming in through your nose, traveling down your throat, into your chest, all the way down to your lower abdomen, about 1 or 2 inches below the navel. When it reaches there, hold it. And then feel the expansion on the exhale. And just find your own rhythm as you're inhaling slowly and deeply all the way into your lower abdomen, filling yourself with all this oxygen, life force, and support that is always available for you. And then exhale to expand. Remembering that every inhale is an invitation to receive oxygen, vibrancy, support. And on the exhale, we are invited to let go, to create space so that we can soften. And I'm going to be quiet for a few moments so that you can find your own rhythm. And then on your next exhale, let go of your breathing pattern. And imagine the spaciousness and the vastness of your mind. And just imagine that your mind is like a calm lake. Smooth, clear water surface. You're either on the shore looking at that lake, or if you feel like it, maybe you're floating on that lake. And just feel the vastness and the spaciousness. And then maybe if you're looking up to the sky, you can even see more spaciousness and more vastness. All the opportunities and possibilities, all the space. And if you have some thoughts coming up that cause some ripples in your lake, just let them go. Let them do their thing. Don't invite them to stay. Just keep the front door and the back door of your mind open. And just enjoy the peacefulness and the quiet, that lake. Maybe by looking at the lake, or maybe even looking at the sky. As you can see, the sky reflected in the lake. And just experiment if you like, how you can take your breath even deeper. How you can bring your focus a little bit more inside, underneath the surface. And maybe if you like, you can feel the sun shining on you, warming you, nourishing you, like it does for everyone and everything, every being on this earth. Just enjoy this moment of just sitting there or being there and letting the sun shine on your face. Practicing the art of sitting in the sun. Just taking a few more moments to enjoy the space. Knowing that it's always there, you can always return to it. You can always find that inner space that you need, that breathing space. And if you like, you can now bring your hands on your lower belly and just rest them there. And just feel the gentle touch and warmth of your hands resting on your belly. Maybe feel how your belly is rising and falling with every breath that you're taking. Now, so just notice how the air is moving on the back of your hands. And just bring your attention now to this area, to your core, to your center. That is associated with the earth. Rooting us in the here and now. And let's strengthen that area. By bringing our focus and our attention there and giving our mind something to rest on. Now imagine that your mind is a balloon, any color balloon. And that there is a string that keeps that balloon connected to your core and to your center. So that the balloon has the opportunity to travel in the air, but not fly away because it is connected to the core and to the center. It helps you can imagine that the balloon is tied to a tree or to a log or to a rock. And being tied and connected with that tree, log, or rock, it still has all the flexibility and the freedom to move around and to go explore. But it always has a base to return back to. And we need to remember that. When the mind is going on the travels again into the past and into the future, that we are right now, right here in this present moment. Our body reminds us of it. And so that we can gently guide the mind back and bring it back into alignment within ourselves. And if you like, you can leave your right hand where it is and bring your left hand now to your forehead and just rest it there. And just really feel the connection between your core, your earth center, so to speak, and your mind. And just feel the strong connection between the mind and your core. How the mind is resting on your core. Let's just stay there for a few moments in this balancing and centering position. And you can always return to it when you feel frazzled, distracted, overwhelmed. Bringing yourself back into alignment, you can bring your right hand on your hara, on your core, and your left hand on your forehead. Then, if you like, you can bring your hands on your chest. Just staying there for a few moments. Giving you all the support that you need. that it's right there. Now leaving your left hand on your chest and bring your right hand back to your belly, to another centering position as we're balancing our core. Just stay there for a few more minutes, or moments in this case. Let's stay there for a few more moments. Returning to your intention that you set earlier when we started our time together. Bringing your intention back to mind, checking in with yourself. Whether this is still what you would like to experience now or today or this week. And if not, then just make adjustments. And when you're done, don't forget to acknowledge yourself, to thank yourself. Then when you feel ready, you can bring your hands back down to where they are, where it's comfortable for you, resuming your normal breathing pattern, and just allowing yourself to be for a little bit longer. And as you are in this beautiful spacious space, in this quiet space, I would like to share something with you about stress resilience. I mean, it's a page from the Book of Joy, because I said that I would still refer to it this month. And it is written on page 98. And I'm going to read this for you. It's from the chapter Fear, Stress, and Anxiety. Psychologist Elissa Apple is one of the leading researchers on stress, and she explained to me how stress is supposed to work. Our stress response evolved to save us from attack or danger, like a hungry lion or a falling avalanche. Cortisol and adrenaline course into our blood. This causes our pupils to dilate so we can see more clearly, our heart and breathing to speed up so we can respond faster, and the blood to divert from our organs to our large muscles so we can fight or flee. This stress response evolved as a rare and temporary experience, but for many in our modern world, it is constantly activated. Apple and her colleague, Nobel Prize-winning molecular biologist Elizabeth Blackburn, have found that constant stress actually wears down our telomeres, the caps on our DNA that protect our cells from illness and aging. It is not just stress, but our thought patterns in general that impact our telomeres, which has led Apple and Blackburn to conclude that our cells are actually listening to our thoughts. The problem is not the existence of stresses, which cannot be avoided. Stress is simply the brain's way of signaling that something is important. The problem, or perhaps the opportunity, is how we respond to the stress. Apple and Blackburn explain that it's not the stress alone that damages our telomeres. It is our response to the stress that is most important. They encourage us to develop stress resilience. This involves turning what is called threat stress, or the perception that a stressful event is a threat that will harm us, into what is called challenge stress, or the perception that a stressful event is a challenge that will help us grow. The remedy they offer is quite straightforward. One simply notices the fight or flight stress response in one's body. And we all know how it feels like. And remember then, when you feel that sensation, that this is a natural response to stress and that your body is just preparing to rise to the challenge. And maybe what we have practiced together today will help you to mitigate that stress response and help you to return to your inner calm, to your inner lake maybe, or to that visual of that lake, and just help you to return to that place of balance. Now let's take a couple of deep breaths in. And if you like, you can exhale them with a sound, with an R, and just letting go. And then maybe also remembering our intention from this morning, anchoring maybe your intention in your lower belly, having your focus point, your log, your rock, your tree, so that the balloon of the mind can move and be flexible, but don't fly away, and always return back to your center. So thank you all for joining me for this morning's practice. Now we have a few moments to connect with each other. As C said, it's important to connect with each other as community. This is a journey that we're not meant to work alone and to live alone, even though it feels that way sometimes.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you, Yonkers Public Library. Thank you to each and every member of our wellness community. We're so happy that you're here and that you're practicing mindfulness, meditation, and good self-care habits.